Have you ever heard the phrase, true friends are those who stay by your side when everyone else walks away?
Oo naman. Ano meron? Saan nanggagaling yan?
Kasi yung kwento natin for today's episode.
Mm.
But before that, welcome everyone to Tinig Talks, where we give voice to stories and conversations that help us understand kids better, one episode at a time.
That's right. And I'm Chayo Ardiales with July Canyon.
And in today's episode, we're talking about something that is very pure and important to every child to have, friendships.
Tama ka dyan. So, friendship, in this episode, we will talk about how social media and content creation changes the dynamics of childhood friendships, which one is more important, quantity or quality, understanding that not all people that give you attention can mean that they can give you genuine friendships. What else? How parents can guide kids in recognizing real versus fake friendships. Encouraging kids to stay grounded and value loyalty over likes. Social media and content creation make childhood friendships more public, more content, and more complex, so kids can stay connected more easily. But interactions can become shallow and filled with social pressure. So visible metrics kagaya ng likes and followers create competition and comparison. Tas minsan, nalilid pa sa mga chismis, di ba? While content creation can turn friendships into performance or collaboration projects.
Alam mo kasi ako, nung bata ako, I remember my parents telling me na sa pagkakaibigan, quality is better than quantity. Aanhin mo naman yung madaming kang kaibigan, di ba? If they are not willing to compromise for you, having a few genuine friends who truly care about you is more valuable than having many who only stay during good times.
So, kung papipiliin ka, ano ba ka? Quality or quantity?
Pwede ka, charot. Syempre, quality.
Oh, I love you so much. So, kagaya nung sa story na tunay na kaibigan, Luna had a childhood friend that stayed by her side through thick and thin. Tapos, she realized how true their friendship is once na sumikat siya nung dumami na yung friends niya, since quality friendships bring real happiness and stability, while quantity often leads to shallow and temporary relationships.
Yes, kasi I think as we grow then, we realize na we need to understand that not all people can be called friends.
Oo.
Like, yes, some may be kind to you and alam mo yun, baka same kayo ng humor and all.
Oo.
Pero para sa'yo ba, ikaw, what do you consider before calling someone as your friend?
I think for me, I would consider someone a friend if there's someone I can rely on, if there's someone I feel comfortable with opening up to.
Yes.
Kapag sa'yo din ba, gano'n? Like,
Yes.
sa'yo question.
Kasi ako, introverted ako.
Oo.
So, pag comfortable talaga ako sa tao, as in, I can genuinely say na, comfy ako sa presence mo. Like, I don't feel pressured or na-anxious.
Oo.
Sabihin talaga, I consider you as a friend. And lalo na kapag I feel talaga a genuine connection, ayun yung para sa akin na mako-consider ko na friend ko yung isang tao.
Yeah. So, kasi, as an extrovert, so medyo nag-aano yung dynamics natin dito.
Yes.
If bibigay ko yung point of view ko, I think being an extrovert means to having to deal with a lot of shallow relationships.
Yes.
For me, at least I talk to a lot of people, but not everyone not everyone connects.
Yeah,
with
hindi
each other.
deep yung connection
Oo.
sa lahat. Yes.
Mm.
And I think it's good to remember din kasi na not everyone who gives you attention would be considered real friend na agad. Some people might be nice to you just because you're popular, successful, or may gusto sila sa'yo na makuha. But real friends stick around even when things aren't going great. They care about you for who you are, not for what you have. Knowing the difference helps you avoid fake friendships and focus on people who truly have your back.
Exactly. So, conversations like this remind us na habang nagbabago ang mundo with social media, mas nagiging mahalaga rin marunong tayong mag-filter. Hindi lang content, pero yung mga tao sa paligid natin.
Totoo. At kahit iba-ibang experiences natin online, at the end of the day, pare-pareho lang naman tayong naghahanap ng safe spaces and genuine connections. Kaya maganda rin talaga na pinag-uusapan natin to. Para mas aware, mas grounded, and mas ready tayo sa mga interactions na hinaharap natin everyday.
Right.
This episode of Tinig Talks is brought to you by the Munting Tinig Project and our Munting Cuentos storybooks. Meaningful stories for modern families raising digitally connected kids.
So, moving on to our next segment, Tinig Stories. So, tayo ay nakapagtsikahan na about sa thoughts natin, pero isn't it better to hear real stories straight from the experiences talaga ng kidfluencers? So, for this episode, we won't be having a guest, sadly, but we'll be sharing stories from the former kidfluencers our team interviewed a while back.
Oh, okay. So these are real experiences from kids who grew up online and actually built their career around it. So for privacy, we'll be keeping their names, of course. They'll be anonymous, but the stories and struggles and little victories, we'll tell them exactly as they were shared to us. Kasi mahalaga ang marinig natin na sila na walang filter, just their honest experiences.
Yes, so let's start with the former kidfluencer, Lara. She expressed uncertainty about instances where their classmates wanted to befriend them because of their popularity. This was fact-checked by their teacher na may tendency nga daw talaga na maging ganito ang ibang kidfluencers or ibang mga bata because of social gain. Lara expressed in the interview that, I have one experience na trinopa ako kasi nagtitiktok ako. So, since minor pa naman ako noon, hindi ko siya masyado inisip. Pero nung time na yon, tinotropa niya ako, like halatang halata pala na tinotropa niya lang ako for TikTok. Kasi kapag mag-uusap kami, sasabihin niya lang na, uy, gawa tayo ng content. Tapos kailangan kasama siya lagi, ganon. So, feel ko, very, very minor lang yung situation na yon. Kasi in terms of making friends, yun nga, hindi naman ako nagkaroon ng problem masyado. Kasi nirespect din naman nila yung life ko online versus yung life ko in real life.
Other than this situation, so Lara also shared that she cut off a friend with whom she had bonded over their shared love of anime. So the friend began acting superior daw. So referring to herself as an OG anime lover. Ganun pa ba? And then felt jealous when former kidfluencer Lara created content about it. So leading to tension and arguments. Ang hirap naman nun kung grabe yung mga claims ng friend ni Lara. So this was said verbatim by Lara. Sabi niya, meron kasi akong friend noon na mahilig din sa anime. Tapos parang siya kasi yung nagsasabi na sabihin natin na OG na anime lover. Tapos ako parang mas bago naging fan ng anime. Noong time na yon na nakita niyang tumataas yung engagement ko as an anime content creator, ayun na hindi niya ako pinansin. Tapos sinabi niya na siya naman daw yung OG anime watcher. Ganun ba yun? Oh my God. Hindi rin talaga may iwasan ng friendship problems based sa interviews, diba? So many kidfluencers recalled experiencing envy from someone close to them. And this shows how competition can suddenly enter friendships. Even in hobbies na dapat comfort yun.
Yes. And also, hindi lang si Lara yung nakaka-experience ng ganitong type of situations. Kasi may iba rin tayong na-interview na former kidfluencers. And sila, si Kyle and James, ang mga shinare naman nila ay, although they did not share specific incidents, both acknowledged na there would always be people who view their success negatively. And James added, no matter how kind you are, it will not always change how others perceive you. Ang taray ni James sa linyahan na yun,
Ang deep masyado.
Diba? Parang quote na siya. Pero
Yeah.
sa totoo rin naman kasi, reality check na rin siya na minsan talaga kahit anong effort mo maging mabait, be kind to someone, may masasabi at masasabi pa rin talaga sila sa'yo.
Yes, friendship problems and like breakups are really the worst. Kasi syempre, these are the people you're supposed to have fun with. They're supposed to support you. Kaya ang bigat talaga kapag nagkakaroon ng problems. However, hindi naman laging negative yung experiences ng mga kidfluencers when it comes to friendships. Kagaya na lang ni Marga. Sabi dito, another former kidfluencer we interviewed. She had a more positive experience when it comes to friendships. She stated that I don't think I had trouble making friends because when I was at school, I've been in the same school since I was in kinders. Having a song. Yeah. So most of the people I was classmates with, we've been together for like 13 years. Wow, habang and I really didn't necessarily have someone I wanted to be friend of mine. Yeah, just because I was famous. So people definitely like the view that people had on me definitely changed. Medyo naano tayo doon. Pero nagigets ko naman yung intention ng message niya. She was able to cultivate a happy and supportive environment, forming genuine relationships around her.
And ang ganda rin kasi nung insight niya kasi unlike, alam mo yon other stories ng former kidfluencers na negative yung experiences nila, we're happy for Marga na kahit papano siya. Nagtagal talaga yung friendships niya.
Ah, nga eh.
And rare yun na 13 years. Ang tagal, di ba?
Oo, sige.
Tapos, hindi man lang sila nag-drift apart, like nag-stay yung connection. So, we're happy for her. And ang ganda rin kasi na pinapakita nito na kung solid yung foundation ng friendships mo, kung may shared childhood,
Oo.
shared spaces, and shared values, mas nagiging matatag ka kahit may bagong spotlight sa buhay mo. She was able to cultivate a happy and supportive environment as you mentioned. And ayun, naka-form naman talaga siya ng genuine relationships around her.
Tama, di ba? So, ang dami natin napulot from their stories. From their ups and downs of friendships to the realities behind growing up online. At this really paints a picture na hindi lang fame ang mundo ng mga batang content creators. Like, meron pa walang different perspectives, of course. May emotional labor, may social pressure, may human side na madalas na hindi natin napapansin.
Totoo. And their stories remind us na kahit may spotlight ka, kahit sikat ka, you're still just a kid trying to figure things out. Of course, may mga inggitan, misunderstandings, pero may growth at genuine connections din. At sa dulo, relationships pa rin ang bumubuo sa pagkatao mo. Not the numbers, not the likes, comments, views. Yung mga tao na nagsasurround around you, sila pa rin talaga yung important.
Totoo. Sa mga kidfluencers out there, and even to anyone navigating friendships, remember that your value isn't measured by likes and followers. The people who stay for the real you, sila ang worth keeping. At sana mas dumami ang mga kwentong tulad ni Marga na puno ng sincerity, loyalty, and safe friendships.
At syempre, para rin sa mga magulang na nakikinig, mahalaga ang role nyo dito. Kayo ang unang nakakahalubilo ng mga anak nyo, online man o offline. Kapag mas open ang communication sa bahay, mas handa sila harapin ang pressure, inggit, at expectations na kasama ng pagkakaroon ng online presence. Syempre, guided sila, supported, at hindi nila kailangang i-figure out ang problems mag-isa.
Okay, so July, medyo curious lang ako. Since Marga mentioned na meron siyang friendship of over 13 years, di ba? So, what's your longest friendship pa?
Ako kasi, around siguro nung high school nag-start.
Mm-mm.
So, I'd say 9 years
Oh,
friendship.
okay.
Mm-mm.
9 years. So, paano kayo nagkakilala?
So, nagkakilala kami kasi grade 7, nagkaklase.
Ang cute.
Tapos, ayun, nag-connect na talaga kami kahit na magkaiba na kami ng section.
Oh.
Talagang like best friends, ganon. Best friends forever yung vibe. Tapos hanggang ngayon din sa college na kahit separate na kami ng university, kahit hindi kami like lagi nakikipag-usap sa isa't isa talaga. Kasi syempre busy, di ba? Hindi kami like everyday nang chat.
Oo.
Like very ano siya, like low maintenance friendship. Pero hindi naman namin neglect yung isa't isa. Like,
course.
di naman porket low maintenance, di ba?
Hindi na kayo magpapansinan, di ba? Nakakatampo
na parang
naman.
kinalimutan ka na ng
No.
friend mo. Hindi naman ganon. Talagang from time to time, nag-open up pa rin kami sa isa't isa. Tapos, nagsiset talaga kami na, uy, kailangan natin magkita kasi ang tagal na natin hindi nag-meet, ganon.
Bigyan ng time. That's
Yes.
really important.
Yes. Ay, ikaw ba? Like, gano'n nakatagal yung pinakamahabang friendship?
Oh my God, magugulat ka.
Paano yung gulat?
Grabe. Ano siya? I think, ilang taon na ba ako? 16 years. Yeah! 16, magsa-17 na ata. I think, kasi, ganito yan. So, lumipat kami dun sa childhood home ko.
Mm-hmm.
Tapos, yung mga magkakatabi, magkakakilala na din sila. So, they're like family na din. So, yung nangyayari is, ayun, dun sa East Street na yon sa looban kasi kami. So, magkakatabi din yung mga bahay. Magkakakilala talaga lahat kami. So, since 3 years old hanggang hanggang ngayon, nag-uusap pa rin kami. Pero, katulad nung sinabi mo, na sobrang low maintenance niya talaga. Kasi, lumipat din ako. Pero, syempre, nagugulat kami kasi we think na sa sobrang tagal na hindi kami nag-uusap, na mag-iiba yung pakikitungo namin sa isa't isa. Pero hindi eh. Parang same pa rin. And I think that's a good quality of a good friend is if they don't change like instantly, like they don't change agad-agad. Parang you guys grow together. You get what I mean?
Yes, yes.
Right?
Yeah, and sobrang fortunate mo to have that long-term friendship. Tinay ko pa si Marga na 13 years lang. Tinalo mo siya. Daig mo pala siya. So, before we close, let's leave our listeners with some practical takeaways that both kids and parents can use when it comes to building genuine relationship.
Okay, so ready na ba kayo? So first, remember that real friendships feel safe. If someone makes you feel pressured, used, or uncomfortable, online man yan or offline, take a step back, okay? Remember na you guys need space.
Yes. And second, quality over quantity. Of
Always,
course,
always.
it's nice to have like many friends, di ba?
Oo.
Pero kasi, even just one or two real ones who truly care about you can make the difference.
Yes. So third is to observe how people act when there's nothing to gain. Friends who stay even when you're not trending or doing well are the ones worth keeping.
And fourth, be mindful of attention versus intention. Not everyone who compliments you or wants to collab is automatically a genuine friend. Look at their consistency, respect, and actions.
Fifth, for parents, do friendship check-ins. So ask your kids simple questions like, who makes you feel safe? Or sino yung pagkasama mo, you can just be yourself unapologetically. It helps kids reflect and understand their own relationships better.
Yes, and lastly, to everyone listening, friendship goes beyond follows and likes.
Yes.
Protect your peace and surround yourself with people who help you grow. Not people who drain you, lalong-lalo na sa mga kids, kasi they are young and their energy must be protected talaga.
Before we end, let's remind everyone, especially the young ones, that there's no clear sign that tells us who's a true friend or not. So it's important to keep our eyes open and notice how people make us feel.
Tama. Don't ignore the signs. Kasi if a friendship starts to feel one-sided na lang or fake, it's okay to let go and outgrow it as well. Parents also play a big role too. Dapat they should show their kids what true friendship looks like through their own actions by being kind, honest, and supportive in their relationships.
So, and let's remember that there's a big difference between acquaintances and real friends. True friends lift us up while others just pass through our lives.
And dito na nagtatapos ang ating episode for today. From the pressures of online attention to the stories of kidfluencers navigating real and fake friendships, ang dami talaga nating realization.
Right? So at the end of the day, friendship is still about sincerity, loyalty, and choosing people who make you feel safe.
Kaya sa mga listeners natin, especially kung may young ones na nakikinig sa amin ngayon, remember that real friends don't compete with you. They don't use you for clout and they don't disappear when things get tough. They support you, celebrate your wins, and stay genuine whether you're online or offline.
Friendship doesn't need to be loud or viral, it just needs to be real. And it's perfectly okay to outgrow certain people. Sometimes that's just part of protecting your peace.
Yeah, so thank you so much for joining us today. We hope this episode helped you reflect on what true friendship means, both online and in real life.
And don't forget to tune in next time for another episode of Tinig Talks, where we'll be talking about identity and mental health.
This has been Tinig Talks, where every voice matters.
And every story finds its time to shine.
See you next episode!